Hey Mario, how you doing?
Good, and you?
Okay. Hello. Hello Mario, can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Hey, you're very welcome, Mario. We are public radio, and we've been waiting for 20 years to have you, and this is the best, man. We've been playing your music. We love the band, and what else can I say, man? Finally, you are alive from 8 cities. And any expectations coming to South America, especially Colombia, for the first time?
I mean, we just cannot wait. As you said, it's been too long, and we wanted to play in your country for such a long time, and I don't know what happened. It's every time we say to the management we want to play over there, there is always like, yeah, but first Europe, US. It's kind of tricky, but this time we pushed for it. We said we want to go now. Fucking hell. So we just cannot wait, man. I'm so excited.
Mario, we saw your last gig in Milan, Italy, the last gig in Europe. It was great. The only thing I don't like is that the set it was too short, or maybe I liked the band too much, and it thought was too short. But what a concert, man!
Thank you so much. You were at the show, actually?
No, I saw it streaming. A friend of mine went there and did the transmission via internet.
Ah, okay, cool. Yeah, I mean it's 1 hour 35 minutes, so it's not so short for this kind of music, I would say. It's so demanding, but yeah, thank you. We really had a blast in Europe, actually, and it was a fantastic run. And now it's time to go to South America. We cannot wait.
Mario, the people love you. The people shout, Mario, Mario. You are one of the metal drum idols. How does it feel? And which new drummers do you like? I mean, you are the drummer, man.
I don't know, man. It feels great, but in the same time, there is so many good drummers, especially right now, and I'm still very humble. I'm not considering myself the best drummer. You really have to stay humble because it's a challenging job. The drumming is very physical. It's really demanding. You really have to work, and take care of your body as well. So it's a huge challenge to stay healthy and to stay at a certain level. So I would say I'm working. I'm doing my best, the best I can, but it's not a competition. I just try my best.
Wow, what an answer. I'm with my friend Hector at the station. He wants to ask you some questions too. Hello?
Hello?
Hector?
No, I'm back. I'm back.
Okay.
Sorry, Mario. Pleasure.
No problem. No
An
problem.
honor to meet you, Mario. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet
Okay,
you.
now I'm back. Okay, thank you, guys. And first, a pleasure to meet you, and thanks for this interview. Well, my question is, Gojira is a band that has created conscience about global warming and its impact on humankind since many years ago and through many albums. With singles like Another World, it was clear the messy world that could be our future. So do you believe that the attitude and belief was something that the band's attitude and belief was something that pushed many other bands to take action and comment about that big problematic for the world right now?
I don't know. I would say we need to express what is important for us. It's why we decided to play music as well. The message is as important as the music. And when it was time to write lyrics and to find a topic and find theme, we just naturally came with what we were concerned about. And yeah, it's true that in the album From Us to Sirius, we were already talking about the global warming.
Mm-hmm.
And at this moment, back in the early 2000s, it was almost marginal. Now it's obvious that we have a huge problem, and the climate change is a reality now, for sure. But yeah, we were saying it for a long time, and I don't know the impact of that, but truly, but it's true that I'm sure many of our fans, maybe because of the lyrics, start to think differently, you know. But I don't want to sound pretentious, so it's just for us. It was important to talk about what we were just we were concerned about. You know?
You're being very humble because the band continue through that path, and now, for example, with Amazonia, we got
Yeah.
another kind of view. And in this case, for example, Amazonia, Colombia has a big part of land on the Amazonia, same as Brazil. So we feel very close to that kind of message right now. So that we think that maybe the push that Gojira has been doing into that kind of topic has created some conscience, especially with the last 2 years with the pandemic. Did the pandemic and all this situation create any changes in the band's vision of the future?
Not really. The pandemic was an opportunity for us to stay a little bit, to think about the world and to spend time with our families, because we've been a band for so long and we're touring nonstop. And it's true that we have families, you know, kids, and it was a great opportunity actually. But in the same time, it was a very stressful time where we were worried. We had to talk to our kids, and we didn't know what's going on really. And but we took this time to make for example, the Amazonia operation. I'm not sure we would be able to do it without the COVID, because we had more time. So we took time to set everything together. You know, usually we have like few days and we go on the road and we promote an album, and that's it, you know. But this time we took this time to set the operation, and we wanted to bring something else, like raise money to help the people living over there. And you know, because you're part of your country is also part of the Amazon, and there is a big problem over there. And we feel concerned. But you know, in France, we had fire the entire summer in all the forests. So even France is burning right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, it was terrible. Well, as you noted, my friend Andres is a big, huge fan of Gojira, as I am. So I will pass the next question to him. So Andres, go on, please.
Joe, I've been following you since the first album, you know, the Terra Incognita.
Yeah.
But I've been watching the evolution of Gojira. It's very sweet. Since L'Enfant Sauvage, you start to take it a path like friendly, and you saw that more in Magma. But now with Fortitude, hey, the whole world knows who is Gojira. How do you guys feel about this brand new album and the impact that have in the whole world?
It's great, you know. It's step by step. I would say it's not like Slipknot. After one album, they became like the bigger thing. You know, we have 7 albums, and it was a long process, a long career, step by step. But definitely feels great to have this recognition for Fortitude. And it started in Magma, and even the previous one, since we signed also with Roadrunner, where the platform around the band is so solid right now. So I feel it's a good moment for us to have such an exposure, because we feel also more ready to play bigger show. We have more experience. We are very experienced. So I would say when we play a festival in front of 100,000 people, like we are going to play in Rio, you know, we know how to manage our stress level. We know how to behave on stage. We know how to build a show with a set list. So we have more experience. So it's a good time for us to have this exposure.
And the most important thing, you know, to be friends, you know, and be just one. Because, you know, I don't want to see you guys like with what happening with Sepultura, with the Cavalera brothers, you know. You got to be with your brother as one, and we love that.
Yeah, absolutely. The lineup stability is something very important for us. It demands a lot of communication, because we've been a band for 25 years and the same lineup. So can you imagine there is tensions all the time, like non-stop, you know, like but we feel like brothers, and nothing can really separate us, because we have this way of communicating, and we are not obsessed about success, not obsessed about money, and not obsessed about drugs. I would say the fact we are a bit almost naive on the economic side of the things, naive on the success also of the band. The fact we have this distance, and we are still kind of fresh. We love to play music together like friends, and so I would say that's one of our force, one of our default as well, because sometimes we don't make money when some bands would have make more money because we are so bad at it. But in the same time, the stability of the band is because of that, you know, because we are truly a bit like kids, you know, but good kids, good brothers.
Mario, you can translate that communication, that internal communication, on the way that you compose. But because let me tell you, the songs in Gojira are very intelligent, very hard to craft. It's incredible, man. You guys had to be, you know, like good very in a very good connection.
Yeah, we have a very good connection. As you said, we are like one entity, and we don't have to communicate with words. In terms of music, we just play, we just jam, and it's flowing, you know. It's we have a good feeling between us, and we don't have to talk, and the music is going. So yeah, in terms of music, we are more intelligent than in terms of managing some things like the technical or economic aspect of the band. We have this intelligence in the art, I would say, and that's why Gojira is maybe quality. Yeah.
Hector.
Well, I go with a must one, and it's did any other bands or friend of yours told you anything about the passion of the Latin American audience over here, especially in Colombia? Do you have any special expectations about the people, the fans over here, waiting for the next concert with you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we play 2 or 3 times in South America, and every time it was
But down.
crazy madness, you know, like
Okay.
fantastic. The enthusiasm of the crowd. You guys have something special. It's in Europe we are a bit fascinated by South America. You know, we for you guys or for us, um, it's a fascination. You know, we feel a bit rigid and sometimes rude. You know, and we sometimes we have joke about Latin American guy because they feel like they know how to party, they know how to be happy, they know how to dance, you know, there is
That's true.
a lot of joy, you know. So for us as a French people, you know, or people from Europe and even US, when we go over
Yeah.
there, we're so excited, you know. It's really truly an exotic destination for us.
Mario, I was going to
Perfect.
to ask you for something. The metal kids here in Colombia are very attached to the old rules metal, but Gojira is going to present the new face of metal. What do you want to tell to the listeners, to the kids that they are afraid to get on this bus, you know, and blast?
I mean, I'm kind of old school, so I understand that Metallica,
Yeah,
Metallica, Iron Maiden, and all the
that's right.
basic, you know, the band you still want
Right.
to listen. You know, I'm listening to Pantera, Morbid Angel, Sepultura all the time. You know, but I can tell you that we have a lot of these, and these bands are our main influence still today. We are very influenced by the sound from the 90s, and yeah, just come show up to the show, and we have this old school groove, the old school approach. The way we play the music is kind of the bands from the 90s, and we've been a band for a long time, and it's still our main influence. But we have this modern approach as well because we are younger. We are younger than some of these bands. But yeah, I don't know what to tell. Just come to the show, and we're going to have fun.
We'll be there. We'll be
Ma-
there. Getting
Mario, I
crazy
know
with everyone.
Mario, I know that you're very busy, but you have a few more questions. For example, I know that Hector want to ask, what do you think about the Pantera reunion? And I want to ask you about the great French bands like Alces, Pillory, and etc.
Yeah, so Pantera, it's great, you know. It's I mean, what can I tell? I don't know what to think about. I'm just happy when I see Pantera, you know. When I just see the logo, I'm just excited, you know. And Phil Anselmo is the best singer ever, so cannot wait. And it's good because they brought some friends, good friends, and why not? You know, they are going to pay Pantera, and everybody is going to lose it, and that's it. You know, it's fantastic. I have no criticize. I met not Dimbag, but Vinnie Paul a few times.
Vinnie Paul.
Right.
Vinnie was a legend, you know. The way he was playing drum was just, he's a drum hero, you know, he's one of my drum heroes. So no one can replace him, but I think it's great to have just a logo Pantera and the vibe around Pantera coming back, you know, it's great. I'm happy.
And what about the French bands that are after you? Alces, Pillory, there are a lot of French bands.
Yeah, Alces is great, man. They've been here for such a long time, and there is many more. And Igor, for example, Igor is amazing too.
Igor is excellent, yeah.
Yeah. I love Trepalium. I love, you know, there is Clone is great. There is a lot of bands. You're right. We have a great scene in France, but unfortunately, because we are touring so much outside of France, I don't have the opportunity to play with all of them, and I miss a lot of bands. I'm sure I don't know many of them.
Right.
Hector.
Unfortunately, we have to wrap it up, but thank you very much for this time. We got questions and we're really passionate about your music, so we can keep talking for hours with you.